The fact that his vision of brother and sisterhood is something which I think is more important and more urgently needed than ever. And that's why Beethoven is for me the essence of what music stands for. Karajan sat me down with the score for many, many days. And we would sit there and he would explain me the score. He would explain what the oboes were doing. He would point out the flutes. He would show me a melody in the low strings. And he opened my understanding, so to speak, the bird's view on the whole piece rather than being focused as the soloist on what I was doing. And that also changed my perspective on my role in life as a musician. No longer did I want to be a soloist, as I stated at my first competition at 6, but I wanted to become a real musician, which of course incorporates not only the solo repertoire, but also the chamber repertoire, and the understanding that a violin concerto of Beethoven, of course, is surrounded by, I think in the period in which he wrote the violin concerto, he already had finished 4 symphonies and some of the piano concertos, to look more for the context of pieces. This is definitively also philosophy which was very much initiated by Karajan. And above everything else, I think it was his quest for the perfect interpretation. And we all know perfection is standing still and being dead. So perfection is an ever-changing vision. What I have always tried to reinforce in teaching a young musician is reasoning. Why do you play a certain way? Where does your choice of tempo come from? What does an allegro mean for you? How can you find a balance between being true to the musical text, which is very subjective, because if you only play what's written, it's nothing. And your own viewpoint, your own emotions. I probably have always a hard time when I'm working on a contemporary score. And what helps me is pressure. When I know there's really a limited amount of time I have to study it, I like to postpone things. And that is always, contemporary pieces are always really, really hard for me. But at the end of the day, I like the challenge and I will face the truth. It also is the noble duty of a musician to educate the audience and to, if they trust them well enough, to take them to this journey into a different musical universe, because we need to enlarge our understanding of music, the player as well as the audience, so we can renew the repertoire over centuries to come.